Says live. I don't know if that's good. Live for 31 seconds. Alright. Okay, get that out of the way. This might be working. I don't know. What day are we? We are April 25th. 9:35. 9's a circle date. And there's a 3 and a 5. Anyway, I would like to do... Ooh, this is going to be confusing. Okay, I would like to... do a recap since the Always Sunny video. I think that's fair. So, the reason... this is so confusing. How do I do this? Alright, I apologize. How do you see this? Interesting. No, I came up with a lot of stuff this lately. Let's do this. Alright, so right here, I guess you see that. I don't know, I'm using an encoder and an encoder. I don't know where I know. You gotta see that. There, yeah. So basically what I'm thinking right now is, right here. Again, my computer sucks. I'm ill prepared. I worked today. It was fun. I've been looking a lot at this quadrant. And subsequently this quadrant, which, you know, again, they kind of get pushed off because they're the, you know, my right, or the page's left hand. But, one thing I noticed in this quadrant, really, other than zeros with slashes through it, which you have here, okay, whatever. This sucks, but I'm gonna do it. And this is your circled 69. Oh yeah, circled 69 is another representation of 19,290. I'll show you that in a second. But other than zeros, okay, or ones and zeros, or ones and more zeros, you have your 1, you have your 7, you have your 13, and I always like to have the 11. The 11's important because 11 times 10 is 110, or 55 plus 55 is 110. So right away you can see kind of why I'm sparking my interest in this quadrant. When, as easy as that to see, you can see a lot of 1s, and there's 7, there's 13, there's 110, a few different ways. If maybe you look at, I don't know, this 11, and that's a 10 from a certain point of view, you know, that's an 11, that's a 10 from a certain point of view. Just saying, it's not wrong, it's not right. But anyways, and also, like, what was I doing over here at the main? So, recap since Always Sunny. I mean, I'll try my best to do said things with how this is going to go. I don't know, maybe people should help answer questions. So this is basically new quadrant observation, number 1. Number 2 is one below it, where it kind of goes with this, the 26th thing I saw, which means, quite frankly, yes, I apologize. Yeah, so the reason that I find this interesting, let's just make this bigger, is that you have a Roman numeral C, a Roman numeral D, and a Roman numeral M in this quadrant. Now, M is the 13th letter, C is the 3rd, D is the 4th, a 3 and a 4 is a 7, 2 units of letters together is a 7, so 2 1 of 7, or 2 1 of 7s, or 1 of 7 of 13 is very clear to me. But another thing I was talking about the other day is that this 174 down here, okay, this 174 here is a 1 of 7 of 13 if a 13 is a 4. So if you look at this as a V, okay, if you take this 13 down here to actually be a 4, there's your 174 magnets. There's your 174 magnets. This 522 is 174 times 3. You know what I found out about this 322 right here? You're 26 away from 2 174s. Okay? 348 is what you need. So if you subtract 174 from 322 and subtract another 174 from 322, you're going to get negative 26. Well, that's why the C here in the Roman numeral needs to be a 26 plus 3. This D is a 26 plus 4. This M is a 26 plus 13. When I take every cell in here and I add it together, I've been finding a lot of answers in other quadrants. So this is 110, 174, 174, 522, 322, 100, 100, 26 plus 3, 55, 26 plus 4, 500, 1000, 5000, 26 plus 13, 1000, 1000, 100 for the C, 500 for the D, and 1000 for the M to represent the Roman numerals. Now notice the 100 for the C is underneath, for the D is underneath, and for the M is over. I'm just giving you a 2-to-1 connection, which might coincide with this L, but I digress. Now, when you sum up everything the way I just said it, okay, you get an answer of 117. Yeah. You get 1, 1, 7, 5, 5. And I said, okay, this is my circle with a slash column, or 1. There's my 5, and there's my 7. But not only that, because you got to understand that there's like this 1 by 3 here. That was the worst color. There's this 1 by 3 here. And what I was seeing is that there's another 1 by 3 here. And another 1 by 3 here. And what I thought was interesting is your 1. Is your 1, 1, 7. 7 plus 7 is 14, a 1 and a 4 is a 5, and the Roman numeral V is a 5. So I thought that was interesting, that this whole... Ooh, what the heck was that? That this whole quadrant here sums to that. When you count these as the Roman numerals and a 26 plus their letter. I find it very interesting that 26 factor here is needed to bring this up to another factor of 174. So there could be like the 26 from the C and the 322 could be 174, 174, and then times 3 times another 2. So, 322. Look, there's 374s here, there's 2 here, and there's 2 here. 322. 322. The fucking number I'm looking at is 322, telling me how many 174s there are. Oh my god. Or 1 of 7 of 13s. This is why I like doing these things, people, because I come up with eurekas sometimes. I look like shit, and I was working. It's not cold. It's windy, but it's not cold here. But, no, this is like the other thing I started coming up with. Okay? And, yeah. It's very interesting. So, I get excited. How do you do this? Let's go back to paint. So, about the paint. So, again, to cover what we did the other day, I looked at this. I wish I could make it just better. Just make it better, okay? Here's your 38, 50, 5 and 3 is an 8, so 3 and 8, 5, 8. So essentially what this does is, I said that earlier, is making a 1 by 2, 1 by 2 kind of thing. And then I looked at this 1 by 4 and this 1 by 4 to get my 19,290. Okay, look at the circle 69, okay? Let's do this. File, new. Don't save. So, the circle, there's your 1. Okay? Because it's a circled 6 with a white 9, I want to write the 9 first. So the 9 would look like this. That would be your 9. And when you're going to draw your 6, okay, before you get to finishing your 6, you've created now a 2, I'd say. 2 circles within the circle. and then you finish your 6, which is just an upside down 9. And then once this line pushes far enough to this, it would push the bubble in this direction, I would imagine. And then eventually you'd have a little dot here to join that, and that would be your, the number of magnets required in the cellular energy solution, says me. Yeah, so back to where we were. So I'm looking down. Okay, hold on. Resize. Let's go. No. Let's try this a little bigger, Okay, let's look at the bottom quadrant again. Okay. Alright, this is 110. It's kind of very important because it's like the corner. Like if this is this the top left of the reckoner would be the circled 69, okay, in this 4x4, okay. So it kind of, right away, alarm bells 110, and like I said, this unit of 3 and this unit of 4 is a 7, so 1 to 1 is 7, and there's your 13, and then top of the morning to you 110. Now, find that interesting. No, I was looking at this 5,000. Okay. I was looking at this 5,000. And then I was looking at this 500. And then I was looking at this 55, which is all in the same 4x4. Encapsulated. That I have to keep drawing over and over again. So, I found it interesting that that would be, like, whoa. But that would be like a 5, 5, 5, 5, So I was going, okay, what if I start from the 5,000 here, and I move diagonally to the 500, which I know is D, right? And I'm going to V it to the 100 over here, and its brother down below. Because D is 4, we have 4 zeros, I don't know, and the 2 6 could be the 2 1s out of the 6 characters. I don't know. I'm trying to like figure out this 26 thing, because when I'm looking at the creation of the C in this column, I think the 26 that are added for the capitalization of the C are added to the last cell here. Okay? But the 1 and the 1 and then the 6 characters could be the 26 for this D. But anyways, here I digress. I wanted to just show you this, okay? It's like a 1, and that's like a 1. It's a 500. That's a 100. So 5 and the 1 and the 1 could be like the 7. This being a 4, and this 0 here being aligned with a slash through it being 2 and the 2 and a 2 and a 2. That's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That's a 4. So 14 altogether could be like a circled 13. 110s here. I'm trying to find a way to kind of like backwards grow some kind of system of V's and L's. I really think that what I found with the 322 is very, very boss now. Yeah. It's the 3 ways of showing 174, the 2 ways of showing it, and then the 2 ways of showing it if you include the 26 from, I guess, this C, which is kind of hidden. So I'm thinking that maybe something like that happens over here. I don't know. Very interesting, Mr. Bond. It's a giant 1 of 1 of 7 of 13 of 110 quadrant. Here's your starting quadrant. And here's just, it just extends. And this would be my left, so the God's right. and this would be my right, so God's left. The right hand of God is where the theorems are, the work's done, and the left hand is where he's kind of applied. I'm really liking, oh yeah, I did some funky math. Yeah, the 7-12 thing. Okay, yeah, let's do that. Resize. Let's go another. Ooh. Anyway, let's just look here. So the 7-12 is in the middle of a 1x5. From the center to the bottom, okay? And then if you look up here, the 7 and the 12 is in the middle of this 1x5. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that was interesting. And, yeah, I think it's like 7-12. What is it? 7-12 times 3. Because it's in the third position of the 5. It's 2136. Kind of interesting. Yeah, it's been a big, weird day. So I just want to get the new things. So the 26th thing I saw, I think now I understand it more as understanding the 320. Hold on a second. I think I understand the 322 to be, hey, there's people. Yeah, of course, it's 322 Skull and Bones people. Of course. It's Order of Secret Societies, and they study secret things. Like, I'm pretty sure fucking math. I'm going to throw math out there. This kind of math. Not sort of, or kind of, but exactly. Which is the whole Skull and Bones. And it's the input, okay? It's in the middle of the spade, okay? The system, the lower right hand, I think, is where like the system kind of introduces work or something. Or like, I think that's the starting point of the contained system of how the math. Because again, yeah, this is the other thing I want to talk about. Because I'm seeing all these 1 of 1 of 7 of 13s of 110s in all the quadrants, I'm thinking that when the reckoner grows from the top left 69 like I've been doing from Genesis 1, I think simultaneously it starts in the other quadrants at the same time, so on a different path, kind of following the same, like, when I'm looking at my left would be telling me the rules and the laws I need to get to the whole idea that 1 of 1 of 7 of 13 of 110 of 2143, 3858, 19,290 all kind of mean stuff. And on the right hand, my right hand, when I'm looking at it, I'm just saying that I think that's like the applied version of the knowledge you should have gained from the chapter before. Which is why I kind of find it funny that people read the Bible when you don't understand page 1. You're really not going to understand it at all. I just find that very comical that you try. Billions of people, and still no success, people. Give the first page another look. So new quadrant observations, I could do it better. I work today, and I think I served 3 meals because it's like the dead zone. There's no one anywhere. I don't know, I had fun since Always Sunny in Philadelphia video. I've been like, what am I doing? Sorry, I don't know what I'm doing. The Always Sunny video was nice because, yeah, it just bothered me. I was looking at it going, it's like, yeah, A, G, N. Ew. Yeah, it's really windy. I don't think my windows are in fully. Wouldn't that be a sign? Fuck, if my window falls in on me? Fuck off. This can't happen. Holy shit, I really was out. Okay. I'm gonna put a screw in there. Huh. So, what was I talking about? Being crushed. Anyway, yeah, that's my big to-do list. I just keep finding things. How's this? I'm gonna do this. Can I actually make it full screen? Or just bigger? Huh? Oh, look at that. This is odd. Why do I have to see this? Okay, I look people. I don't know. I know a lot about numbers. I don't know. I try, guy. Yeah. Order of death. No, God. God is just the God. Talking about 174 magnets, okay? An O is the 15th letter, but it looks like, you know, maybe 1. G and a D is 7 and the 4. The center of the device I want to make has 174 magnets on the inside. You're going to have 5 rings. A perfect circle is divided into 9 quadrants. So 9 times 4 is 36 is a perfect circle, but you need to have ball bearings on the axes of the plane that you're creating. Whether it be X, Y, X, Z, you know, V, W, whatever fucking axis you want. You have 5 axes, you have the 3-dimensional axes, coordinates, and then you have 2 diagonals, which will take care of the corners, the vertices of the cube. So if you can only have 36 spots and 4 being taken up by ball bearings to turn axles, 32 times 5 is 160. You're going to have 14 axles penetrating the 6 faces and 8 vertices, and at the end of the axle there'll be a magnet on the end. So inside there's 174 magnets. You're trying to tell me what God is? Or I think people think that I hide God? God is just a clever way of telling you how many fucking things you need in the thing you need to build. Of the thing we live in, perhaps. But that's just me. Until free speech is no longer allowed. But yeah, God particle. It's a fucking God particle. That's just hilarious. But I don't know. Window falling out. Like, I don't know what to say, man. It's been an interesting, I don't know how many days I've been up to the shenanigans I've been doing. My computer is so garbage. Did I hit that? There we go. Look at that. Stellar performance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 8 kind of shitty videos since the 21st, so it's been like 4 days. And I've shown you little eurekas that I've had in my brain that all kind of like line up in some kind of weird, mysterious, synchronistic way that always seems to happen. Like the numbers that were pissing me off from the fucking, what's it called, video, the Chemical Brothers video. And of course Chemical Brothers have an album cover, and it's not the same album, but it's a different album, with the fucking picture of the math numbers that I was finding in their other videos. So it's like, what are they doing? Like, what, like, what, are they doing it, or is the art director doing it, or is it the studio? Do they have a guy? I don't know. I'm not going to pretend to know. I'm not going to pretend to have. Maybe it's all coincidence. Right? That would be the easy way to blow off 120, 100 million synchronicities, but I don't know, man. Like, just been thinking a lot about it. I've been non-stop thinking about it, but you know, because it's a different point of view. Like, how come, like, okay, here's the thing, like, as a person who used to maybe pretend that they were a physicist, like I engineer, like I you know, I used to pretend I was, but like, you know that Eric Weinstein guy? You think like someone like me would really like that guy? I don't know. He's got like this theory of everything. He's kind of like, oh no, I can't tell anyone about it because I'll be made fool of. And I don't know. He hasn't shown any numbers yet. He has like pie in the sky ideas about reality and things, and I have my views on reality, and we just don't really work and butt heads. And I think my proofs and little wins about reality and how I see it through signs and symbols, right? Like, I think the way you're supposed to, kind of has that divine comedic thing to it, and it's too perfect. I mean, 26 alphabet letters. Like, there's a reason a chair is called a chair. I'm still not satisfied, but Charon being the first thing is kind of a little bit of a win for Kevin. It's very close. It's almost close enough for me to be like, I'm good, but not close enough. So, I don't know, the question begs, like, if people are deliberately putting signs and symbols in things that they create, who do they want to see it? It's going to be people like, you know, the Academy, the people that give the awards away, or the people that give them, you know, like the spot on SNL where they get maximum visibility and more albums sold, so they get. It's all about money all the time. I think humans are just motivated by money all the time. You know, it's kind of weird that I haven't heard anyone, or I googled it and I can't find anything ever written about 11713, throw in 110, 2143, Ramanujan's number. That's the coolest thing about this whole thing. Ramanujan's number made a fucking movie about the man who knew infinity and all that. Big thing about that. The movie's not about Ramanujan's number, but they bring it up and he knew about it right away and has a special number. Of course, it's a special number. Its divisors are 1, 7, 13, 19, and 91, and you add 19 and 91 together, and that's 110. You add up the other divisors, like I've said countless of times before, yada yada yada, things happen, math happens, explosions happen. Everything's coincidental and the same, but not, and it's just getting redundant, and I don't know, I'm pretty, I know I must be right. But Billy Joel, I didn't listen to that. I was supposed to listen to Billy Joel Glass Houses. The first song on what is it, 19, I'm sure I have 2 of those. Yeah, I have 2 of those. Fuck, I didn't give it away. Right here. This one. You gotta look at this one. Billy Joel Glass Houses. It's the first track. Yeah, you may be right. You may be crazy. But you might just be the lunatic I'm looking for. Yeah. Shut out the light. Don't try to change me. You may be wrong, but you may be right. Something like that. I don't know. Yeah, karaoke. I'm not allowed to do anything. Yeah, okay, this works. So now I can, like, get my shit together. I didn't know. It worked. It's not really set up. I don't know if it sounds good. I don't have any microphone. Camera sucks because computer's garbage, but what is going on here? I don't know. People have questions. Can you simulate device using programming? Yeah, that's the whole idea. Well, yeah. If someone were to be a person who did CAD design, like, I don't want to learn CAD. I don't want to learn CAD because I'm done learning, and they could literally, like, you know, I was watching a thing about people that really are into 3D printers. Like, fuck, there's some people out there have, like, all the 3D printers, and you know what they all, like, bitch and moan about, which is hilarious. I keep listening to them. I don't know what to print. I have all this cool shit and it can do really neat things, but I don't know what to print. And I'm sitting here going like, holy fuck, you don't know what to print? Huh. Yeah. I got an idea, but you're not gonna like it because it'll make you do a lot of shit, and it's gonna be very accurate. You get a lot of people to try it, but see, the thing is, I think of it as an a magnetic flywheel. This Gerald Moray guy kind of had the best physical application of a one-axle thing, but it had a motor, and it was all. He's like a motor guy. And I'm just trying to think the slow and steady wins the race, and it doesn't matter how much energy you put into it, you can just turn a hand crank. But if you have like one, you get like a winding, that the one big roll of copper is going to be unstretched, and you're going to stretch it to where it needs to go, wrap your solenoid 400 times in the correct, manner, and then from that one, normally you just kind of go like, it's a A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C, so you go from A to A to A to A to A. But no one ever looked at, like, how to, like, if you were to go somewhere else before you went to the neighbor directly, right? So I'm just thinking, in my mind, there must be a way that you can wire a bunch of solenoids together in a kind of enclosed system, maybe based on pi or, I don't know, something important like these numbers, and figure out a way that, again, like I'm trying to solve the reckoner now, not from starting at my top left. Maybe when I start there and do step 1, it grows in all 4 corners. 4 corners of the earth, 4 quadrants, 4 corners of the reckoner. There's also a center. Maybe they all meet somewhere. I'm talking about 5 devices and a fishbowl of water to see if a hole can be contained. Maybe you can run a wire from the hole to... Anyway, I'm just saying that in anything I've ever seen about perpetual motion or anything about trying to create energy and everything, no one's ever tried to simulate this action in complete 3-dimensional balance. Because 0-point energy has to be contained. And if you think of a perfect cube, and at the center of that perfect cube is your point, the only way to contain it with such a simple 3-dimensional model would be the 6 faces and the 8 vertices. And they'd all have to be balanced. And the size of the faces is bigger than the size of the vertices. So you need more wheels in the faces. No, less wheels on the faces because they're bigger, more wheels on the vertices because they're smaller. Maybe a 3 to 5 ratio. Okay, back in time I've done all this. Okay, going on these things, me and Zachary Hubbard need to do a show together. Sure. Yeah, that guy, I haven't listened to that guy in a long time. I mean, I respect the gematria and everything when I was looking for shit. Like, there's not a lot of creators out there. Like, anyone that does anything like this, you know, like, I knowingly and willingly, like, basically undermine my character and sacrifice my, I don't know, sanity in the eyes of the observer to try to teach foolish nonsense that I connect a lot of dots using patterns like he does, you know? He does it in a different way. I'm trying to like find the right pattern to crack, because I mean, like, decoding like Chemical Brothers videos is really fun and all, that I see like my work in it, but at the end of the day it's not going to tell me the answer on how to wind the fucking cellular energy devices together to make fucking free energy for everyone, so we can stop this bullshit that's going on. You know, like, smart people that exist in this life are probably really having a hard time watching, you know, like Father Time bip bop and bumble through, you know, like, ruling the free world. I'm getting tired of like useless leaders in all aspects of countries and places. But DNA, yeah. I mean, if you want to program our DNA, go ahead. I need a good model for this. Do I believe in God? Yeah. We're living in a guy's battery in a room like this, let's say, and I guess he would be our God. But then you got to know that he's living in someone's battery, so who's really God? The Mandrobot set. I think reality is relative. I don't even know what's going on. I don't know how to do this. What am I doing? Underwater symbology, Nirvana, Chemical Brothers. Dude, it's in all music. Like, I sit here and listen to music, and it just, like, I've had so many music days. I don't know, Pink Floyd comes to mind. That's when, like, that second whiteboard was created on Pink Floyd Day. No, so I'm just wondering, like, what are they trying to do with their music? How come it's been in music since all of time? Why does the chemical, yeah, you want to see something funny? I've been looking up ivermectin. Yeah, let's do that. Let's switch to the big internet. Ivermectin. There you go. So it's C47. That's interesting. So it's CHO. So it's 3815. Subscript 47, 72, and 14. I'm just saying. Why isn't it showing me like this? Okay, this is how I want to see it. Anyway, CHO, good old 3815. 9, 11, 14, anyway. I just thought it was funny. A lot of things I find funny. I remember I looked at the Pure Act table loosely one time, and it kind of creeped me out because it was a lot. I don't know, man. I have no idea what's going on. Where are these things? Show these things. Whoa, okay. Alternator coilings. Yeah, it's yeah, you need magnets. So what's going on okay. Alright, how do you do this? It's very simple. You need stationary solenoids that are on the walls of the device, and then you have the axle that rotates with this bigger wheel pressed outside like a poppy. And on the interior lip of that wheel, facing the center, you're going to have magnets all the way around. And in the center, because you're going to have solenoids in between, a center ring that's smaller, like a poppy, and a bigger ring that's bigger, like a poppy, with 42 magnets on the outside and 8 magnets on the inside. And in between there, you're going to have your 36 solenoids, wound 400 times each. Loosely is what I think the math is. So if you had 14 of those axles spinning around those solenoids that are stationary, and then, I don't know, like there's got to be a way that you wind the coils in an order. There's a path. There's a magic path at the end. Okay, like I don't have the magic path yet, but I think that's the key. Maybe. Yeah. Oh, print, like 3D print? Oh, parts. I don't know. Like, I have a model in my window made of Constructs, which is like a 1985 toy. For a model that kind of looks like it. I don't know. You can make them any size, I guess. Like, but you got to be able to work it. And I think the gauge that our 120 volt circuits and our 220 volt circuits run on, the gauge of the wire that we use in our building code, is going to be required. So the size has to be scaled against the actual wire that can properly transmit said energy. Again, what was it? We got eddy currents working together. We got eddy currents in, again, water. I'm not sure about the water part anymore. I think the water part is interesting, how it's a dodecahedron with an icosahedron inside of it. But ever since I learned about the great stellated shit, the great stellated dodecahedron, and how it references the pentagram, the icosahedron, it's like 5 interleading pentagrams creates a node on a great stellated dodecahedron. I think like literally Genesis 1 of the Bible is telling you all about a great stellated dodecahedron. And I don't know if religious scholars or people in the know this. I don't know. Don't think so. Somebody does. I don't know. And the fucking Vatican's got a telescope called Lucifer, so I'm pretty sure they know more than they know. And signs and symbols and everything, and you know, like the things that are where they are. Someone was saying that Philadelphia. I actually Googled it. They said that Philadelphia's zip code is 19290. No, it's not, but it's very close, and I thought that was very amazing. That was interesting. Yeah, I think I did a mistake on the calculator. Yeah, I did a mistake on the calculator, and I was trying to type in 2143, but I put 21430, and then I subtracted 19,290 from it, and the difference is 2140. I think it's 21430 minus 19,290 is 2140. It's like 3 off. I thought that was a weird mistake, but math is fun. I don't know, numbers. Give me a calculator. It'd be fun. Yeah, sketch. I could, like, again, sketching. You gotta understand symmetry and balance, and it's like, I think it's an 8 by 8 by 8. There's a wheel. That'll be a 7. So it'll be 3.5 by 3.5. You gotta, like, understand how to break down the balance with the spaces available in the cell. So I've done that before. I can maybe do more of that. I don't know. Sleep. Bible prophecy. Bible prophecy. I don't know what's a Bible prophecy. Bible. I think it's an allegory, just like the name Jesus. I think it's just a clever number that's important. I don't think it was real. I think it's just like a sequence of letters that are numbers that are important, that are very important, maybe. You know, that's like the example of how one should live their life. Well, you know, maybe it's like the example of how one should build a device. Like, I'm just trying to figure this all out. I don't know. Donations. Sure. I don't know. You can go to Patreon. I had a thing there. I haven't touched Patreon in so long. I don't know. You can put. I think I was very angry when I was on Patreon last, and I haven't really done anything. I was tired of like doing things twice and 3 times. Imagine I had like 5 social media accounts that I'd do it like 5 times. I would just hate life right there. I don't know. Simplifying the teaching. Yeah, oh, dude, I wish I could simplify the teaching. I know, I'm making it up as I go. I'm trying to figure out how to better explain how I got the numbers by reading a story and interpreting it weirdly. And then ever since then, nothing's ever changed on the numbers, but I've always been kind of like reproving to myself that they're probably right. When I get the, I'm not gonna go to the acacia bush and get high and come back and tell you the 10 rules of math that you need to know to safely do things. But I don't know, doesn't the Skull and Bones Society have like 88 rules or something? And they, like, everything you say in the meeting is meetings and note meetings, because what you create matters and blah blah blah. I don't know. Johnny 5. So like, I'm just kind of like surprised that no one's ever like either this is known, like this nice shaped thing, or it's not. And I have a hard time thinking that it's not known. I don't know. The math I've done the last 4 days, you can easily go and see them again. I gotta rework kind of what I was looking at the other, like this morning, in between all the random shit I've been doing. I don't know. I'm painting this week, so I'm busy. But like again, what is that set? Like, I haven't. It's all new. So what is it? 7. What's set? Yeah. What is that? 7 174s. Never really done that. 1218. Oh, the bottom. The bottom left of the reckoner goes 1821. If you read the 12, if you read the 18 as 18 and the 21 as a 12, that could be 1218. Why is that important? It's on the bottom row. So the first 3 columns of the 9th row mean, yeah, it's the output. So the heart is what's going. Yeah, see, this. This is interesting. Ugh. Hello. What do I do here? 75%? 25%? Okay. So what I just kind of said here is this 322 guy right here means these two 174s, something to do with the 26 from here and this, and then the 3 174s here, which is going to be 1218. Now you can see that the 322 is located in the center of the spade for like an input direction. It's the first one on the bottom that you'd hit to enter the system, and the 21 is like the butt of the heart where it exits. So I find it interesting that 174 times 7 and this, like, the fact that there's even, oh, you can't even see, I don't think. Well, the fact that there's even a remote, like, I'm right? Like, I'm not retarded. I just need to check on the calculator. I did it by hand, but if I'm wrong, I'll feel really dumb. Because it's like the simple things. But I haven't really messed up too much lately. 174 times 7 is 1218. Perfect. So yeah, so there's this weird, again, the 26 being the top here is interesting because there is no bottom. Like the reckoner kind of ends. Very interesting, Mr. Bond. But yeah, like, it's all kind of new, and I'm working on it. I don't know. Like, how many RPMs does the fucking thing have to turn? How much, stress does the material that you can... Like, I don't think 3D printing is the way to go with this. Like, come on, guys. We make things that are far more complex than a thing that can spin. You know what I'm saying? In terms of the world. So... Now think about like Indiana Jones when they have like at the end of the shitty one with Shia LaBeouf or whatever, they have all the it's the first one, and they take the Ark and they put it in the warehouse with all the other created things. I wonder if they're all different like attempts at creating a cellular energy device that the government grabs and then creates them and puts them somewhere, because the Ark of the Covenant is a symbol for a cellular energy device. Okay, they say it brings death. Sure. I think it's quite backwards. But, again, the swastika. You take this reckoner, draw a goddamn swastika on it. The top row where the swastika, like, dude, is here with its zeros. Count zeros as a 2. And I think you just count the Roman numerals for what they are and add everything in the swastika. I think it comes to like 19,291. So like, there's so many signs and symbols that tell me that perhaps maybe I'm right. I'm just trying to like take all the systems of the logic puzzle of the math and combine it to maybe a final solution, which is, coming along. So, yeah, I've been mind blasted lately. I don't know. It's like, I can't believe I'm still finding new shit in this all the time. I like the fact that I looked at, the spade area and the clover area, which is like above it. Like I can't believe how simple it is to see the 1 of 1 of 7 of 13 of 110 in here, with the 11 times 10 being 110, 55 plus 55 being 110. You're 1 7 13. Can't believe there's 110 down here. I don't know. Can't believe that these two ones are 7 and that's a 13. I'm just having a hard time believing that this is all 1 of 7 here, and then the 8 with your lead 5 from the 50 is your 13. 1 of 7 and 7 and 7 is 14, which could be a circled 13. It's kind of all over the place. A 1 and that circled 6 could be a 7, so the 2 7s could be a 1 of 1 of 7 of 13 of 110 if you skip the L. There's a lot going on here. The 3858 thing here is very interesting. This is very interesting. The fact that I found a 1, a 4 and a 5 is a 9. If an 8 is a 2, a 3, a 5, and a 2 is a 10, and a 10 is a 2, so there's your 192. And then your 2 8 is a 10. Your 5 is 15. Your 1 9 is a 10, so that's 25. And then your 11 in front of 110 is 27. And you have 2 zeros left over. Well, 1 0 could be like the 2 and the 7, which gives you the last 9 needed. And then the last 0 that you haven't used could be that, for this magical number that I keep seeing everywhere, which I think is the final solution. The final countdown? Oh, this is all bad. I should have... Yeah. I don't even know if this... Like, why? So... Yeah, it's a little crazy. I should find a better way of doing this, right? I mean, there's got to be a better way. Does this work? I don't know. How about that? Yeah, the internet doesn't really... Oh, here's the internet. What's going on here? What's all this? So... I don't know. Yeah, it's the end of the world, people. Oh my god. Everything's fucked. Yeah, I'm funny. I'm so sarcastic, it's hard to keep me seriously. I'm so skeptical about everything. It's like, if I'm told something, I'm just trying to look at it backwards and upside down and flipped and still process what you're telling me. It's just, Windows XP. Wow. Second coming of Jesus. Yeah, okay. Yeah, the G's are us, guy. We're the 7s. Man and God are reversed. You're the only person here. You're the only observer that counts. I don't know what to say. Like, I'm not talking any religion. Oh, yeah, but Muhammad's coming, or the other guy's coming, or the other guy's coming. How about Thor? Like, fuck, you know how many religions over time that have existed that have all been nonsensical? Like, probably, like, they're all stories to symbolize something. Okay, even like like Pluton is Lord of the Underworld. That's solids. Neptune is Lord of Aquatic. That's liquids. Uranus is God of the air. gases. Solids, liquids, and gases. And they're the furthest planets from the Earth. The three things that symbolize what you kind of need to have life are the furthest from Earth in your model of the universe that I'm supposed to agree with. Huh. I don't think so. The moon is the last thing derived in the reckoner. Its number is 7. And that's the closest thing to us, and we've been there? That's a little fishy to me. What if the furthest thing had the most intense light, and optically it looked closest? But don't worry, Elon Musk is going to go there. Yeah, you fucking Americans are going to give your taxpayer money, not to NASA anymore. No, you're going to give it to a private corporation of Elon Musk, SpaceX, and he's going to prove once and for all that going to the moon is awesome, because we need to do that. Because, like, you haven't, like, fixed world poverty and hunger, clean water for people in places that are first, second, and third world countries. But no, we need to dedicate all this money because a bunch of smart people are going to tell us we need to go to space for any reason is absurd to me. Governing the mental. Yeah, governments. So, they don't want you to be alive, I think. That's what, like, I don't know. They just don't want to. I guess it's getting too hard to manage all the slaves. And it's, like, it's getting taxing. And, you know, like, when we have a lot of time off, the slaves kind of have, like there's some smart slaves out there. And, like, when they start looking at, like, you know, what's actually happening in governments, and they're all kind of, like, scratching their heads going, like, has this always been going on? Has it always been this fucked up? And then there's some people like, oh, this is great. And, like, you're like, is your brain working? We had too much time to look at the deficiencies of the way the world's working, I think. That's what... You know, COVID. You spell COVID on the reckoner with the Roman numerals, starting from the 69. If you start from the top left 69 and slide over to the O and go down to the I and go down to the V and down to the X and down to the L and down to the C and then go back up to the O and then down to the V and up to the I and back down to the D. It takes 19 steps to spell COVID on my reckoner. Maybe it's code for the world elite to say, hey, they're on to us. Ever think of that? COVID-19. Boom. Is this a coincidence, right? Couldn't possibly have any weight to bear behind it. So, or is it just a coincidence? Yeah. So, I've been doing good number work lately. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm seeing the same patterns everywhere. These numbers, well, the Great Depression started October 29th, 1929. What number does October, which is 8, but really it's, remember the 2 and 8 thing? But oct is 8, no, it's 10. 1929, you get 10, and yeah. It's just, and 1929 on the 29th day of the 10th, and it lasted 10 years. That's greatly depressing. That the number of magnets needed to create maybe 5 energy cells to create a solution to solve, like, energy problem is the day they wanted to start the Great Depression on. And you want to know if I think they know what I know? Hiding things in plain sight? Like, the best numbers to do the worst things is completely ass backwards. And that's just me. The swastika, summing to 19,291, is also greatly depressing, because that's a major negative symbol that symbolizes something majorly positive. But now we got a transgender track star going to be governor of California, so the world makes sense again. It's very hard for people who are in like the top percentage of like maybe like like sharpened to what's going on to see what's actually going on. It sucks. So wow, I think it's good for now. I don't want to redo math that I did. Like, they're very short videos. I don't know. You don't have to watch. You don't have to care. Just showing you the synchronicities of life. But that's just me. Space. Yeah, space is just, yeah. I'm not a big space fan. Yeah. Did I miss a lot? Seems like I missed a lot. I want to not think you are insane. Alright, that's cool. To be insane is to know that you live in the earth, in a cell. So, then I'd just be sane. Bible, I don't know. I haven't read the Bible. The plan of E.T. The plan of the extraterrestrial. I think that's a good plan. To make a cellular energy device for the world should be the plan of E.T. Yeah, I think Earth, Heaven and Earth, remember that's 107:13. Anyway, blah blah blah. Dome, yeah. There's different things. It's the battery. They even like I have a Rick and Morty video where he's got like he's got 5 different. Remember, he opens his car and he's got his battery. He's got to fix the battery, and he's got 5 different components. Like I say, 5 devices to make one solution to batterize, and he made a planet to power his fucking car. He had 5 things in it. 5 58s. Anyway, yeah, Thanos. My name means Thanos. I have a video on that. I decoded how Thanos means Janek. Yeah. Yeah. Vontae Mack from Draft Day. That means my name. That was fun. I don't know what Star-Lord is. Is that like the thing with the guy with the tree? I don't know. I have an OnlyFans? Cool. Look at these things. Yeah, well, that's interesting. Oh, YouTube's smart. I think 13 is Mercury. The value for Mercury is 13. It is created, I think, the 45th thing? No, 46th thing. So 46th thing, that's like a 10. The value of 13, I don't know. That's just me. I don't know what the other one is. Artemis is Apollo. I don't know what that is. Apollo. Tarot. Yeah, tarot's interesting. It's the journey of the fool, and I'm the fool. You start with the understanding of the fool. And the understanding of the fool is to understand 1 of 1 of 7 of 13 of 110 of 21, 43, 38, 58, 19,291, or 90. Why are these all doubles? Venus, Mars, I don't like, well, your numbers, I don't know what everything, death, yeah, yeah, everyone says I look like Loki back in the day. I had long hair, they said I look like Loki. Yeah, he's the angel of death, too. Yeah. And he just has a new series coming out, right? I like it. I'm the moon, the sun, the 7 and the 6, the middle. Come on, guys. Philadelphia 76ers. The Flyers that passed through the 76. The Eagles that passed through the 76. And a filly is a female horse. And if you've ever seen a video I made a long time, the Superman logo is the exact size and shape of the Ford Mustang logo that has a stallion that could be female, like a filly, running. And the bottom of said Superman logo intersects, guess what cell on the reckoner? The middle, the 76. So everything in Philadelphia. The 76ers, the Phillies, like You can start from the 76 and make Superman diamond and put a Mustang logo in there. And then from the 76 going 13, 1, 1, 1 looks like an eagle, a flyer. Why the oh yeah, America was 1776. That's why they're called the Philadelphia 76ers, because it was signed in Philadelphia, I'm guessing. Sure. But, you know, it's his story. My story. But, I don't get it. Yeah, you get it. Yeah, I mean, I've been doing this for like 4 or 5 years. It's cool. I just look at a story from the Bible, interpret it in a mathematical way that has a column of all ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Fibonacci. The fourth column is one I derived using crucifix code, and the fifth one I think was flyspeck code. And everything after that, I kind of just like, you find patterns and you start filling in the cells, and I said, boom, there's Genesis 1, the creation of what? Life. What's life? Expelling of energy. Everything does it. Genesis 1's the story of creating energy. And an allegory with our earth. It's ridiculous to think anything else. But no one sees this. And I'm crazy. Crazy, it's 3858. Anyway. I can't do this all in one day, but I just wanted to see if it worked. Yeah, Illuminati became 1776, of course, guys. 17 is Q code. 17 and 76 are really interesting. Some days yeah, 1979. Huh. Anyway, remember that from a long time ago. Which then, like, where does it, like, how do, if people know of this, where do they learn it? Who passes down knowledge? Why can't I find anything on this? Why hasn't anyone ever kind of like tried to find I don't know, interesting matrix? Like the only matrix, if you look Google, like, give me an example of a matrix, the first result is an abacus. I'm just like, oh, it's so kindergarten. But I don't know, I guess I'm creating the content. Christopher Walken. An actor? Copernicus. I don't know what that means. Our Lady. All of this happening in the, what, building an, Fatima predicted what? COVID? Yeah, I got a lot on my mind. Yeah, Alan Watt, yeah, he talks well. There's lots, like, so think about it from, like, if I'm right and people know this stuff and they're putting it out in plain sight, do you think they'd be like, kind of like wishing that people got what they put out there? You know, like, it's nice when you put something out and somebody sends it back, right? You kind of have a, oh, you get me. But maybe in this case it's just kind of like the people that are in the know. But maybe it's like, again, you're not allowed to tell someone directly about it, because if you tell someone directly about creation code and the cellular nature of energy and mathematics and all that, then the person you're telling this information to cannot possibly be the one, the Neo, to come up with a unique idea that might work. I don't know. I don't think that the way I derived it is the way you're supposed to derive it. I don't think that's the way they do it. They probably have a different way of doing it in different orders, and I'm seeing it like probably doing like the most hardest way possible of decoding something. Like, again, I find, like, once you see around all like the tricks and stuff and get past the I can't believe this is happening, I'm not crazy stage, it's fun. It's fast. It's fast-paced. It's always in motion. Oh, wow, look at that. Fuck off. 1, 9, 8's a 2. Anyway, I'm finding more of them. Yeah. I don't know, I should probably, like, I don't know. It seems wrong for me to try to, like, sell this print or something, because, like, you know, okay, this is the funny thing. People make emoji. Like, what is this called? Like, they make, like, emojis, or, like, what is it called? Like, people who make a stupid amount of money in Bitcoin that don't want to pay taxes have to spend their money, so they're buying digital art for retarded prices. I don't know what to do. It's creating nonsense in my world, and I mean, I feel bad about trying to, like, put a print of this and trying to sell it when any one of you fools can make your own. Probably get a lot more out of it by doing so. So, I don't know. I don't know, what's the point of telling everyone what's going on if you can't physically prove that it's right or wrong, and only you can prove it's right or wrong by building it, and if I'm not done with the thinking of the idea of how it works, like, I mean, I don't know where everything goes. Like, you need to know, you're holding a wire with both hands at both ends, and you gotta know where it goes to next, and I'm not there yet. So, I don't want to say, like, you know, but maybe someone will. That's what I'm trying to get help with, but I mean, like, it feels like I'm coming up with all these little, like, pattern recognition eurekas on my own, and it's kind of, you know, no one's keeping up, and how can you? But, and all this shit's bad. Horrible videos, guys. These are, like, yeah, not the best way to keep your data. And I'm talking too much. No, these are my numbers. I deleted my first videos where it came to be. I don't know. I was angry. I was angry that day. I deleted 1,300 videos. Yeah, imagine that. I deleted 1,300 videos already. Where this all came from. Oops. I don't watch movies, and I don't think I don't have time travel. I don't know. It seemed crazy just like... Yeah, I believe in Charlie Day. Integrity. I just, you know, kind of have confidence in what I found. It's neat. I try to share these little ha-has with people, because why not? I like the 322. See, I'm working more on the spade today. The spade is an area that I've been neglecting, and wow, it all comes down to 174s, and 174s are just 1 to 7 of 13s, which is half of the 5, or the 6, really. But and I guess the 110, 21, 43 are, like, you know, afterthoughts, but you know. Fuck, there's a lot, though. I don't know where to start. And I know pi, everyone says pi is, like, random. No, I don't think it's random. I think it's just like a path, or, like, again, a winding, or some way of traversing said matrix in a way that makes sense, that apparently makes numbers of pi. I don't know. I don't know how you find the numbers pi to the umpteenth place, but apparently they did that. But there's got to be an easier way. There's got to be a trick to it. A cipher. You know, that might be the key. I don't know. But I'm just trying to look at shapes more. Shapes are, like, again, like I'm taking groups of things and finding, like, values that I'm seeing elsewhere on the reckoner. Like, all the time. 1218 today. I mean, in Ottawa we used to have Energy 1200. 1218 is pretty close to Energy 1200. Energy 1200 was a radio station. Brought that up in video before too, I think. I don't know, it's been so long. If I were to do this full time, like if he can teach a class, then I can teach a class. I'd have to be way better at it and start over, and have to be able to afford paying for life, which would be a big change, like a big swing to try to, you know, imagine as a YouTube mathematician guy make a living by doing internet videos about math. That's about probability of not going to happen. So, you know, it's my little hobby, it's my little puzzle, it's in everything. It's in literally in everything, which is why I can't let it go. If you can't let it go and it's in everything, then it's just like you gotta solve it. Like it's like upside down flux capacitor, there's right side up flux capacitors. And Star of David, I mean, like the whole quadrant when I was talking about like the 3858 1x2V and then the 1x4 19,290s, and then doing the other way 19,290 using the 1, the 4.5, the 3.58, the 2850, 9110. Really, it's like a dreidel. It's making the tip and then two tips, but if you were to spin it like a dreidel, you make the Star of David. Now, it's very interesting to me that the other day I found math that is exactly like half of the Star of David. Like, not this one, not that one included, but imagine this is spinning like this, you know? It would eventually put two more over here if it was spinning, you know? Make a Star of David. A bunch of 19,000, 3858s and shit. I think it's interesting as fuck. Why is it called David? Well, 13 at the top is a 4. So, anyway, 110 at the bottom. If you count the circle and slash for the 110, that's a 1, 2, 3, 4. David starts and ends with a 4. 13, 110 look like 4s to me. Maybe it can be. Maybe it can't be. Who cares if it is? Call everything by its right name. That's like right before he dies in Into the Wild. So you gotta call things by its name based on its mathematicalness, maybe. So I'm still not satisfied with chair. 369 Tesla. I have so many videos on 369 Tesla from the order. The 369, the 3rd, the 6th, and the 9th thing created. Make a fucking 1x2 by 1x2 V that has oh man, it's like it says 19, like the value of 1, 1, and 2, but it's the 3rd, 6th, and 9th thing created, and the 10th thing created. It's just screaming 19,290. I've done videos on that. The 369. 369 Tesla code means 19,290. Trust me on this. Chat guy. Vector equilibrium all over your work. Yeah, it's math now. I'm looking at shapes more. Yeah, exactly. I'm finally looking at the shapes again. The great stellated dodecahedron, the icosahedron, the pentagrams, and how that 5 pentagrams create a vertice in the great stellated dodecahedron, which is just a projection inward and outward. It stellates itself. It's the lowest shape that is self-stellating or something like that. It is its own stellation. The con of stellations, guys. It's what's in the sky. It's the con of light bending and trickery with your eyes. When I rich off crypto. The John Cracker guy. The Reckoner came from, I don't know. You go back in my videos into points where you see the Reckoner just not as full as it is. I have videos where this was definitely the creation of the Reckoner was like on this whiteboard was on this channel. You just have to go back and it's there. But flux capacitor. Yeah, again, like the war memorial. The war memorial the other day, like even last week, I was looking at the war memorial. It looks like the fucking thing in my window. It's just like, that's a coincidence, right? The way the bricks were positioned by masons. So, yeah, there's lots of math. I mean, these things, like, hey, Tesla, I don't know, like the old Tesla. I have pigeons on my windowsills. Anyways, The only bird would have telescopic eyes and telescopic vision. Isn't that cool? There's like Excel file I have that has all those tables on it. There's so much work I've done. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Let's get everyone up to speed on how to create their own cellular energy device. I guess why not? You can't make one. Maybe we can figure out the ifs, ands, and buts. But yeah, sacred geometry. Maybe this. Right. So, been doing good. Again, Stairway to Heaven is just the Roman numerals that are on the steps of the diagonal 1 by 9, which goes from the top circle 69 to the bottom 5,000. You know, again, sublime. 5,000, G. 5,000. The bottom of the stairway is 5,000, and the top, where the circle 69 is, and that 4 by 4 quadrant is a capital G. Let me think. That's now 2 songs. The Sublime song, he goes 5,000, G, 5,000. And then you got 9 Inch Nails with capital G. How many times I've made like G6 references and all that? 76 people? G6? Like a G6? That song? They're talking about 76. They're talking about the center of the reckoner. Fallout 76 was a video game that we created called Fallout 76. Because that's because of 1776, right? 13 is not an unlucky number. Look at that. I'm looking at the dartboard, and the 7 is here, and the 6 is here, and then the 13 is right above the 6. Well, you have the 6 and the 7. The 42 is cool too. Like the, I can't believe again, Anya's here. The 5715010. I was like, it was bugging me. And then I was like, oh yeah, it's like 5786. But it shows 5787. And I was like, what's the difference? And of course, the diagonal that sums to 142, like 76 plus 50 plus 8 plus 7 plus 1. 7 plus 1 is the ending. That's 71. It's half of 142. I don't know why half of 142, a fucked up version of 100, and the 5786 minus half of 140. I don't know why. But before the other day, I would have never seen that. Just based on what I've been doing these last few days, and just adding cells up and seeing the result of it somewhere else on the reckoner is very interesting. Did that with 11,755 in this video. We've done that with 174 times 7 being 1218 in this video. Again, 1 plus 8 plus 21 is 30. 30 is kind of like a capital D if you think about it. It's like 26 plus 4. 30 rock, it's perfection. The D is the last Roman numeral before the M, the 13, the 1,000. I don't know. I'm working on it. But, yeah, Zachary Hubbard, yeah, that'd be interesting. Does he do podcasts or things with people? That'd be interesting. I don't know. I have a hard time listening to people about space and stuff. News in general about anything. I don't know. He follows the news, right? He does a lot of news stuff. And like looks at the articles. I guess that's what he did. I don't know how that works, but relaying information to more people would be advantageous. But yeah, the path. Is it the path? Is this an idea? But I'm gonna finish this because I'm done. I'm ranting too much. I'm gonna try to do another one of these some other time. I guess if you have people to suggest to make collaboration and grow the lowest caste so that maybe more people can be knowledgeable to understand why they're the lowest caste would be advantageous. So if you want to throw a person to collaborate as a comment, I guess that works. But yeah, ritual murders. I mean, ritual murders are not gonna create energy for the world, but that's cool. Huh. I don't see the connection, but maybe if someone else did what they did and had a point of view to look back on, to reference, it would help. But I'm gonna finish with that. I don't want to be like rubbing off too hard on people, force them to kind of agree with me when they have no idea where I'm coming from. It's a very hard line, kind of hard eggshell thing to do. So you gotta like convince yourself. You gotta rearrange the filing cabinets in your brain, and when you make connections you get tired, and you can't do it all at once because you'd be fucking exhausted. So you gotta do it in your own time. But everyone has time, no one wants to do anything. So I'm gonna leave it be. What's my favorite band? I don't know, man. I've been listening to a lot of Chemical Brothers lately. I do like Death from Above 1979, and Japan Droids are really good. I really like Thievery Corporation. And 90s hip hop. I'm kind of into that right now. Anything old's quintessential is good, but I mean, I don't have a favorite. One of my go-to albums of all time is Steve Miller Band, Fly Like an Eagle. We're talking about Philadelphia Eagles. Let's end with that. The very first song on Steve Miller Band, Fly Like an Eagle, is Space Oddity, or Space Odyssey. It's a very space intro, and then it goes into Fly Like an Eagle, which is always very cool. I find it very trippy. But what is it? Anyway, cheers, people. I don't know how to stop this, but we'll do it again because now I know how.